The first minute is crucial for grabbing the viewer's attention. The scene opens on a vast, sun-drenched meadow, a picture of absolute tranquility. A gentle breeze whispers through the tall emerald-green grasses, causing them to sway in a hypnotic, rhythmic dance. The light, a soft golden hue, filters down from a clear sky, painting the landscape with warmth and life. It's the kind of idyllic setting one might find in a dream, a sanctuary untouched by the clamor of the modern world. In this serene expanse, a herd of deer grazes peacefully. Their movements are slow, deliberate, and graceful, each one a study in quiet elegance. Fawns, still sporting their spotted coats, nuzzle close to their mothers, their large, innocent eyes reflecting the peaceful world around them. The stags, with their impressive antlers branching towards the sky like ancient trees, stand as watchful sentinels, their powerful forms exuding a calm authority. They dip their heads to nibble on the tender shoots of grass, their contentment palpable. The air is filled with the soft sounds of their munching, a gentle rustling, and the distant song of a lark. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated peace, a snapshot of nature in its most harmonious state. Suddenly, a subtle shift disturbs the placid scene. It's almost imperceptible at first, a slight stiffening in the posture of the lead stag. His head, which had been lowered to the grass, snaps up with an abrupt, jerky motion. His ears, like twin radar dishes, swivel sharply, scanning the perimeter of the meadow. His nostrils flare, testing the wind for any foreign scent, any hint of danger that might be carried on the gentle breeze. The other deer, highly attuned to the cues of their leader, sense the change instantly. The peaceful grazing ceases. One by one, heads lift from the grass, and a wave of nervous energy ripples through the herd. The fawns, sensing their mother's sudden tension, press closer, their playful demeanor replaced by a wide-eyed apprehension. The serene tableau is shattered, replaced by an atmosphere of taut, silent vigilance. Every muscle in the stag's bodies is coiled, ready for action. The tranquility of the meadow has evaporated, leaving behind a heavy, anxious stillness. The deer stand frozen, a herd of living statues, their collective gaze fixed on the dense tree line that borders the far edge of the meadow. Something is out there. The source of their unease remains hidden, a lurking, unseen presence in the shadows of the forest. The camera pans slowly along the dark edge of the woods, the dense foliage creating a wall of green and black. The sunlight struggles to penetrate this thick canopy, leaving the undergrowth shrouded in mystery. It is from this darkness that the threat emanates. The deer's heightened senses have detected what the eye cannot yet see. Is it a lone predator, stalking with patient, deadly intent? Perhaps a wolf, its grey fur blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows, its yellow eyes fixed on the most vulnerable member of the herd. Or maybe a cougar, its powerful body moving with liquid grace, slinking low to the ground, each step calculated and silent. It could even be a bear, drawn by the scent of the deer, its massive form hidden just beyond the first line of trees. The uncertainty is a character in itself, a palpable force that hangs in the air, thick and suffocating. The audience, like the deer, is caught in this web of suspense, our eyes scanning the dark woods, searching for a flicker of movement, a glint of an eye. Any sign of the danger that has so thoroughly unsettled this peaceful scene. The tension escalates to an almost unbearable peak. The silence is no longer peaceful. It is heavy, fraught with a terrible anticipation. Every sound is magnified, the frantic beating of a fawn's heart. The sharp intake of breath from a nervous doe, the rustle of a leaf in the wind that sounds like a predator's footfall. The lead stag lets out a sharp, percussive snort, a clear alarm call that echoes across the meadow. It's a signal that the threat is real and it is close. The herd bunches together, a defensive formation born of instinct. The stags position themselves on the outer edges, their formidable antlers now serving as a wall of pointed bone, a desperate line of defense against the impending attack. Their eyes are wide with a primal fear, yet their stance is one of defiance. They will not surrender their young without a fight. The fawns are now completely hidden within the protective circle of adults, their small bodies trembling. The camera focuses on the lead stag's face, his dark eyes reflecting a mixture of fear, responsibility, and raw courage. He stamps a hoof, the sound a sharp crack in the silence, a challenge to the unseen enemy. The moment is stretched thin, poised on the knife edge between life and death. Then, with explosive force, the predator reveals itself. It's not one, but a pair of wolves bursting from the cover of the tree line. They are lean, powerful, and driven by a relentless hunger. Their movements are a blur of grey and black fur as they close the distance across the meadow with terrifying speed. The illusion of peace is utterly and irrevocably shattered. Chaos erupts. The deer herd explodes into a panic-stricken stampede, their graceful forms transformed into a frantic torrent of fleeing bodies. The ground trembles under the thunder of hundreds of hooves. The air is filled with the desperate cries of the fawns and the sharp, urgent barks of the does. The wolves, operating with terrifying coordination, cut through the chaos. They are not simply chasing, they are hunting, their strategy precise and deadly. One wolf veers to the side, its aim to split the herd, to isolate a weaker individual. The other drives straight into the heart of the stampede, its eyes locked on a young deer that has become separated from its mother. The chase is a brutal high-stakes ballet of life and death. The camera follows the targeted young deer, its legs pumping furiously, its sides heaving with exertion. Its eyes are wide with sheer terror as it glances back at the relentless predator hot on its heels. The wolf is a picture of lethal efficiency, its long legs eating up the ground, its powerful jaws open, teeth bared. The gap between them shrinks with every stride. The mother of the fawn, hearing its cries, attempts to double back, a desperate, suicidal move to protect her offspring. But the second wolf is there to intercept her, snarling and snapping, forcing her to continue her flight. The lead stag, despite the instinct to flee, makes a valiant stand. He turns to face the wolf, pursuing the fawn, lowering his massive antlers and charging. For a breathtaking moment, it seems he might succeed. He is a force of nature, a battering ram of muscle and bone. He collides with the wolf, the impact sending the predator tumbling. But the victory is short-lived. The wolf is agile and resilient. It recovers its footing in an instant, its predatory focus unbroken. It dodges the stag's second charge and resumes its pursuit of the easier, more vulnerable prey. The stag's bravery has bought the fawn precious seconds, but it may not be enough. The wild meadow, once a symbol of peace, has become a brutal arena where the unforgiving laws of nature are playing out in a dramatic life-or-death struggle. Beneath the soft, golden caress of the early morning sun, a vast, wild meadow unfolds like a living tapestry. Here, time itself seems too slow, replaced by the gentle rhythms of nature. A herd of deer, their coats a mosaic of earthy browns and dappled sunlight, grazes peacefully. Each movement is a study in grace and caution. A doe, her large, dark eyes ever watchful, lifts her head at the slightest sound. A leaf rustling in the breeze, the distant call of a bird. Her ears, like sensitive radar dishes, pivot and scan the horizon, a constant silent vigil against the unseen. Beside her, a young fawn, still gangly and marked with the innocent white spots of its youth, mimics its mother's movements, learning the ancient language of survival. The air is still, punctuated only by the soft tearing of grass and the occasional contented sigh. This is a sanctuary, a moment of pure, unadulterated tranquility, a fragile peace existing on the very edge of the wild. But the wild is a realm of eternal contrast, where serenity is but a fleeting prelude to a storm of instinct and power. The idyllic scene is shattered in an instant, not by the roar of a predator, but by a sound far more primal and resonant. From the edge of the tree line, a powerful bellow echoes across the meadow, a guttural challenge that vibrates through the very soil. It is the rut, the season of fire and conflict. A magnificent stag, his antlers a formidable crown of sharpened bone, steps into the light. His neck is swollen with raw power, his eyes burn with a fierce, territorial light. He is the king of this domain, and another has dared to trespass. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, a fragile peace begins to settle over the meadow once more. The victor, his breathing slowly returning to normal, begins to limp towards the edge of the forest. Soon, the does and fawns will cautiously emerge from their hiding places, rejoining their triumphant leader. The cycle will continue. The scars will heal, the grass will regrow, and the memory of the conflict will fade into the timeless rhythm of the wild. This world, so often perceived as a place of simple, pastoral beauty, is in fact a relentless crucible. It is a world of high-stakes drama where every sunrise brings a new challenge, and every sunset marks the end of another chapter in the epic ongoing story of survival. It is a place of breathtaking violence and profound tenderness, a world that is raw, unforgiving, and utterly, magnificently alive.